Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ACC preview of the 25-26 college football season. I am your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood. Our powers combined. We are your HBCU homeboys. Today, we are here to talk Alliance football, as some of y'all know it, as we call it. And we're not going to belabor the point here. We're going to remind y'all to like, follow, subscribe, and let's get to it, my boy.
Y'all don't remember nothing about the Alliance. That came and went fast. It did not work. But yeah, y'all know what it is when it comes to the previews for the conferences. We do big picture talking points. We basically go through the teams. We label them either they're contenders, pretenders, mid, or trash. And then we also talk about coaches on the hot seat. We also talk about who's overrated and our sleepers, as well as key breakout stars as well. So we talk about that as we go through each team, and then we'll pick who we think is going to win the actual conference. ACC, the conference favorites, of course, Clemson, Miami, Georgia Tech, Louisville, SMU. They all
let me help y'all out. I don't respect not now any of these teams. Not now any means. I definitely don't respect not one single one of you. None of you.
So we're not like my co-host said, Norwood, we're not gonna belabor the point. I got a whole bunch of talking points, but none of them matter because they're like for Virginia Tech, whose coach is about to be fired.
I got about 2 or 3 on each one of y'all because I respect my time. Now,
so let's start out. I think we're gonna go alphabetical order. We're gonna go with Boston College first. Boston College is an intriguing team, not because they're good, but because they literally lost their best player to Florida State, and then they brought in an Alabama transfer quarterback in Dylan Lonergan. This is year 2 of the Bill O'Brien experiment. How you feel about this team?
Is Matt Ryan coming back? If not, then you better watch the Cal River show. Big offensive line, physical run game. What are you?
Mid.
Yeah, you playing for a bowl, I guess. What?
Duke's Mayo Bowl hopeful. That's exactly what I got right here. Bowl hopeful.
Duke's Mayo Bowl. Congratulations.
Man. So, hey, man, I do think that we're not even gonna go to their schedule, but I do think that they're gonna probably shock somebody just because Bill O'Brien is a decent coach. I won't say good or bad. I'll say decent. He's like watered down. He's Bill Belichick if Bill Belichick wasn't a good coach.
What? Okay, I love that for them.
All right, let's go on. So we got mid. We got California. Let me tell y'all, they got nothing. They don't have any key defensive players. Their coach, Justin Wilcox, is on the hot seat. Ron Rivera is the new GM. They lost all of their quarterbacks. They had a weak recruiting class, and they have no breakout stars. They lost multiple running backs and tight ends. This looks like they are going to be trash. What do you think?
Is Marshawn Lynch or Aaron Rodgers walking through that door? If the answer is, or any number of those guys, release the balloons. You know, sometimes you release the balloons because it's a birthday and it's a celebration. No, this is a funeral. Your season is already over. Thoughts and prayers.
The lanterns,
right?
Yeah, with new GM Ron Rivera, this always happens. College football is now like pro football. So you get a new GM, you're gonna get a new coach.
I like the GM position though, and hire me for one of them. Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
It works. So we did Boston College, California. Of course, now we're gonna go to Clemson, alphabetical order. Clemson, I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now, is the favorite, is in the contender. What's your thoughts on them?
Clemson, Dabo, are you gonna make these boys be good again? Are y'all gonna continue to sell us Cade Klubnik and him not be it, or is he gonna show up? That's all I need to know from Clemson. You guys are what everybody is considering the contender. I don't trust you. You gas station sushi to me until proven otherwise. You're just the best of what's available.
They're the favorite. So Clemson is the favorite to win the ACC. I don't know how much of a bragging right that is.
Yeah, but I mean,
Clemson is the favorite. They got Cade Klubnik, of course, who's supposed to be a Heisman Trophy contender. Dabo, to me, He has one of those jobs where you never have to leave. Clemson, they never had this much success in football before him. I think they won 1 national title. He's won 2, put countless players in the league. He's safe. Defensive wise, they got old people. They got Peter Woods, they got TJ Parker, they got AJ Terrell's little brother. Now he's young, as well. And they also have a good recruiting class, top 10. So their depth, to me, they're a lock to make the college football playoff.
This is this means about as much as a Big Ten schedule. Nothing.
So I have them as my favorite and college football contender. I do think that they may slip up though, but this is Dabo's best chance to get back into the college football championship discussion.
Gideon Davison, can you be Etienne Jr.? If not, y'all get right in there with everybody else. But I don't. Still nothing to write home about. But the other part is there is an expectation when the rest of these teams seem to be very much so mid. The expectation is Clemson, you're supposed to walk the dogs on these boys. You put yourself in that pedigree of conversation, deservedly, I think, to a certain degree. But
yeah,
you got to keep it going.
That's deservedly college football playoff championships.
I agree.
Yeah,
but it's a lot of these conversations that just.
It's just Clemson keeps losing the teams they're not supposed to. If y'all just win the games you're supposed to win, y'all would be in the playoff every year. But y'all just don't win the games you're supposed to. You lose. So, and to me, are we doing quarters? Or are we gonna zoom through? How you want to do it?
I'm done with Clemson unless you got more.
No, I said quarters. Do you want to take a break?
We can let's keep it rock and roll. We rolling.
All right, so we're gonna keep going. Welcome. We're gonna talk. We have now entered quarter 2. Running clock is what we like to call this. Duke, who's probably gonna upset Clemson. I don't know why. I don't care. But they got Manny Diaz, second year defensive mind. They have Darian Mensah from Tulane, who's a dual threat quarterback. I actually hate using that term dual threat quarterback now because it was a term used for just keeping black quarterbacks from being rated with white quarterbacks. And now white quarterbacks have figured out if I don't learn how to run, that 6'6" defensive end is going to take my head off. So now there's no such thing as dual threat quarterbacks. So he's a quarterback that can run and throw. Other than that, they got nothing.
Daniel, is it basketball season? Cool. You got a quarterback. Do you have anything else? Manny Diaz trying to revamp his career. And yeah, I guess.
I don't know about that. Revamp? I don't know about that.
Wasn't he?
I expect this. Now, I will say, I don't know much. They have a senior-laden defense, but I expect for somebody on the defense to stand out for Duke because Manny Diaz is always going to have a good defensive player. I think he's always going to have one. So,
yeah.
But yeah, Duke is mid. I want to say they're a sleeper, but they're mid, dog. They're not going to challenge.
Will the Boozer twins be at the game is the biggest question, bro. Let's keep it real.
At tight ends. So you got Duke. They're mid. They're striving for a bowl game and just looking to build on momentum, create momentum to build on, I should say. Florida State. What is this team? They were robbed, allegedly, of making the college football playoff. Then they had the worst year because everybody left because they said the ACC is a down conference who doesn't get an automatic bid. They cried after getting beat 63-9 or nothing. I'm sorry. They had to go into the portal. They brought in Boston College do-it-all quarterback Thomas Castellanos, who's been talking a lot of trash, and they still have to play Alabama week 1. They also got Deuce Robinson from USC. Mike Norvell is, I would assume, is on the hot seat. He's got to be on the hot seat if he has another bad year, right?
It don't matter if you're on the hot seats. The buzzards are circling, my boy. They want that job. And if you have another rough season, somebody else gonna have your job, brother. That's what I was gonna say, Tommy. You probably should talk a little bit less with your station in life Congratulations on, I will consider an upgrade in visibility from Boston College and weather, but you're going to get monkey stomped. And Mike Norvell, you should probably be using Chat GPT, pay for the full version and start working on your resume, brother, because I don't see there a way for you to, I mean, there is potentially a way for you to be like top 4 or 5 and probably be okay.
Well, they got a good schedule. They got a decent schedule, if I'm not mistaken. So,
but hey, you better go in and take care of what you got to do.
Georgia Tech schedule is super easy. We'll get. So I mean, Florida State, they're gonna be bold. They're gonna be bold. I want to say they're a sleeper. Actually, that's what I'm gonna put them as. Florida State's a sleeper. That's one of my sleepers for the ACC.
Can they be a sleeper?
Yes, they went 2 and whatever last year. Whatever they went, yeah. If you terrible,
no, this is gonna be the worst team in Florida.
Who they play?
Bama, Miami, Clemson, Florida. Lose to Miami, you lose to Florida, you lose to Alabama.
Going back to my sleeper. Then I had a regular team as my sleeper, and I was like, maybe Florida State will turn it around. No, it's a wrap, big dog. It's a wrap on you, Norvell.
Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Dead man walking. That's what we call that after that schedule.
And we move right on past them to you. Hey, I'm gonna let you run with the Rambling Wreck here, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Haynes King, old quarterback, seem to be the way in college football right now. Old
pro
quarterback.
Football.
They lost their number 1 wide receiver though to Auburn. They'll have a lot of offensive line and defensive line turnover. I don't know if Haynes King is the guy to lead a team of unfamiliar players. I think he's really good when the team has a lot of continuity to be able to lead a leader of men, but I don't know if he has that in a rebuild for offense and defensive line. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'll put him as sleeper though, because they won that wacky offense. So sleeper.
The one thing that they have is an offense that could beat anybody any week. Their players are smart and typically very tough. And they play 2 ranked games. They play Clemson, they play Georgia. Duke,
Florida
you better
State,
beat them.
Miami, no nothing.
Well, it's tricky though. You play Colorado. I think they expect at Colorado, which is a game they're going to be the dog. Clemson, they're going to be the dog. Probably Virginia Tech, they'll be the dog. North Carolina State, they'll be the dog. Probably Pittsburgh and Georgia. This is
my Virginia Tech notes. That's what they can beat Clemson.
Sure. They can beat any team on the roster just because of a lot of their offense. It's not something that you practice against. So when you play it, it's a one-off week. So you don't really have the most time. And if you don't play assignment football, let me tell you, you get cooked playing that shit.
You think they mid or are they a sleeper?
I think that they are. I think they're mid because they're going to lose to Georgia. They're going to probably lose to Pitt. They're going to lose to North Carolina State and Clemson and probably Colorado.
Oh, I got them beating Colorado, Pitt. I don't know. I got them as a sleeper. I don't know. We'll see. All these teams, it's like the Big 12 all over again. You could be 5-4 or 4-5. It don't matter. Now
6 eggs or half a dozen eggs. But you will be having
a dozen or make a dozen losses. It's gonna be 13 losses. Louisville. Now this is also a sleeper team for me. Some people have them as contender. I don't put teams as contenders that are unproven. They have Miller Moss as a transfer. Now they have a 2-headed running back at Isaac Brown and Duke Watson plus Chris Bell at wide receiver. Miller Moss is supposed to be the missing piece to be able to distribute the ball. He transferred from USC. And then, of course, they have Jeff Brom, who is supposed to be a decent offensive-minded coach, if I'm not mistaken. So I have them as a sleeper. Some people call them a contender. What you think?
I think that they're typical Louisville. Not really not paid, most people not paying the most attention to. But if you fall asleep, you could find yourself like, oh, they just keep winning games. And then suddenly, the country kind of rallies around them because I feel like their fan base is kind of small and they're always kind of interesting to watch. But if they also were super mid, nobody would be like, oh, no, Louisville's falling off. They just be like, okay, this ain't their year.
Yeah, they had their run with Lamar Jackson and Jair Alexander and all of that.
Right. Exactly.
That's it. Unless you get another Lamar.
Yeah.
And Miller Moss ain't Lamar.
No, for sure not. Not even he ain't Reggie Miller.
I got him as a sleeper though.
He ain't Reggie Miller nor Randy Moss. He ain't no Miller nor no Moss.
Miami contender. Miami contender. Carson Beck, Javonte Citizen, all of those things. They have, of course, they have a top 15 recruiting class, I believe. Now their breakout stars are freshman offensive linemen. I don't know about that, but they do have a lot of continuity issues because they relied so heavily on the portal on defense, and that's always been their Achilles heel is defense under Mario Cristobal.
I feel like, and I don't want to Michael Jordan this thing, I feel like their floor is high, but their ceiling is low. The ceiling is the roof to this thing, if I remember correctly. But I think that they're probably a team that is well suited to win a decent amount of games, but I don't think that this is a team that could compete for a national championship, if that makes sense.
So if they don't compete for a national championship, is Manny Diaz on the hot seat? Because not Manny Diaz, Mario Cristobal. He fired Manny Diaz, left him. But right. Mario Cristobal, because he to me has underachieved since he's been there. To be honest,
I think that even if he doesn't, he probably gets one more season. I would say that the seat might heat up as long as it doesn't fall apart. He's probably okay.
Yeah, you can't lose the locker room, but he's not lose locker room type of coach, though.
And I think that anybody who's seen Carson Beck play football, it would be smart to temper your expectations. You already paid this kid a ton of money, and if you don't know that he's not that good, he's not even like a Heisman Watch guy, and he's a veteran.
Yeah, he he panics and he throws the ball in the quadruple coverage, and it's very difficult for him to read defenses. So, and
that's not a great way to describe a quarterback, especially not one
that you paid $10 million
and that has been playing football for 79 years. No, everything about this is we probably should just keep your expectations, I would say, realistic. But I don't think that this team is. I mean, I think that this is an upper echelon ACC team, but that doesn't mean much. And as we continue to roll, we go right into the North Carolina State Wolfpack. What you got?
Nothing. MJ Morris is their quarterback. Always solid on the defensive line, meaning we're gonna know somebody's name. Oh, yeah. We just don't know it yet. Their recruiting has fallen off. It is mid. This is a mid team. This is a placeholder. I don't have any expectations for them at all.
And I think that's the best place for them to be. This is a team I think could probably creep in just because nobody's paying attention. Nobody's looking. I think that a lot of times when people don't have to worry about, like Miami, I think, in Florida State, I think are on the opposite end of this, where, hey, the expectations probably overarch how good you can be. This is a team with very little real expectation. They've struggled for sure, but I think that
struggled. Boo-boo. Boo-boo. I mean, again, that's all I got. Whatever placeholder. I think, and I'll tell you what I think at the end, but that's placeholder for me.
That's all I got at this point.
This is about to be this little run of teams we got right here. North Carolina State, Pittsburgh, SMU, Stanford are placeholders for me. Pittsburgh, I mean, they got Desmond Reed. Pat Narduzzi can coach defense.
Yeah, we've gotten into the 7 and 6s versus 6s and 7s.
But I mean, they're mid. Pittsburgh's mid to me. Same for you. We can move on. I mean, I can
Yes,
run through them if you want me to.
yes. They're all 6-7, 7-6. They're
SMU,
all.
they lost everybody. They lost 7 stars.
I have to watch them to see what their game plan is. They overkicked their coverage last year, 5-3. I mean, excuse me, not 5-3. What did they go last year?
12-2.
Yes. No, 8-0 in conference, 11-3. Well, I think that you could have some negative regression and still be okay. I think they'll be all right because they're spending money. But this is the case study to what spending money looks like. Is it sustainable? As we will also see with Texas Tech, who spent a ton of money for 1 year. Hey, what does that really get you in the whole scheme of things?
Yeah, I don't see it this year. I got them as mid. I don't have them. They got Kevin Jennings, and I mean he's can try to carry the team because of the offense that they run, but I don't have them as a contender, as a sleeper, as a surprise, as a nothing. Now, y'all can say I'm a hater, and I'm open to being wrong about SMU, but I don't believe
I don't think that it's hate. I think it's that, I mean, they're a tricky school who kind of spent a bunch of money just to be good. We don't know if Rhett Lashley is really this legit. I think this is very much so a prove it season for these guys. And if they've raised their floor and they can be a top 5 or 6 team in the ACC, I think that's a hell of an accomplishment from where they came.
Yeah. To me, what they're looking for is consistency. If they can,
consistency and incremental growth. This is a college program that needs to be like a pro program almost. Like, hey, we just
8-4 on a down year with no expectations is a good year. And then you could build back up to that 10-2, 12. Right. I see what you're saying.
And you can get people to reinvest in the program. This is going to be a program that's going to need a consistent, and I guess all teams, but even this team, because you don't have the same level of notoriety, you'll need a constant influx of money kind of in waves. You might have to do like 2 years off, 1 year on, or 1 year off, 1 year on type of thing, and just say, hey, in the off year, sustain. And the next year, we go all in with our chips. Yeah. We can move right on to we skipped North Carolina.
My bad. Go ahead. You got notes on him?
Yeah, Bill Belichick. What you gonna do? Where? Yeah. And your girlfriend, who's a part of the team. What y'all got going? It's very interesting what y'all got at quarterback. This is going to be very interesting. I think y'all have a TV show that accompanies this, or something, some type of podcast or something that they're going to be selling. But the eyes will be out. I'm sure Tom Brady will have a ton to say. And we don't know anything about you as a college coach. So at this point, we're just watching as a sport to see how you handle this. This is a very precarious position for you of all people to be in, even though that seems like you've been in precarious situations here recently.
Sleeper to me because Bill Belichick is there. Only reason I got. I don't know anything. When you have this is the thing, people. When you have new coaches with the climate that we're in with NIL and the transfer portal, everybody leaves and everybody moves around. So then when you're talking about North Carolina, for example, or you're talking about teams where they've had 17, 20 transfers. You remember North Carolina just got beat by JMU like 2 years ago.
Right.
So they're kind of in a crisis mode football-wise, which is why they had to go get Bill Belichick.
And you don't know what he's going to be like in college. That's the real thing, is there's not even any
hanging out. You don't see the 23-year-old?
Okay. I mean,
no, it's 19. He's been hanging out.
And that's the whole thing, is he's never been that person. So everything about him is different.
Apparently, and you're like, 19 and 23 is 4 years. Slow play.
Valid point. Valid point. I'll allow it.
But they're gonna be boo-boo though. I got him. Yeah. I got him. That's not a sleeper. I put a sleeper because I don't know nothing about him, and it's Belichick. But I think they're gonna be boo-boo. But it's the ACC, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
who knows?
It could literally be anything. It could be everything. It could be nothing, all at the same time. So
UNC. Oh, we talk about UNC.
I know my computer is. Who's after UNC?
Well, we did North Carolina State, Pittsburgh, SMU. So now we got to go to Stanford, Syracuse, Virginia Tech, and Wake Forest.
All right, let's get these going.
Stanford, nothing. They got
is Andrew Luck coming back? Oh, he is back.
He's the GM.
Is back. Yeah.
Andrew Luck is back. They got Frank Reich as the interim head coach for 2025. This seems like a program in flux. What's the deal for the coaching situation? I guess this is like a on the job interview for Frank Reich, or this is just a cleanup for him. He's doing a solid for Andrew Luck because I don't know if they work together, but they know each other in Indianapolis. Yeah. So I think this is just a friend doing a friend type network type thing, but we don't know what Stanford's going to be in 2026, but we know in 2025 is a rebuild, and I don't have any expectations for them.
Oh, no. It's very simple for me. This is a team that'll be good in 2 years.
Yep. I think so.
I do think that's one thing that I will leave y'all with this. I think that Andrew Luck is a very smart guy. I think he knows what he's doing. I think that for him to go back to Stanford, number one, it invigorates the fan base as their last guy. And I think that also, he knows what he's doing. So, yes, give this 2 years. But this year, there's nothing here.
You heard him say he regrets retiring?
Yeah, I bet. You go back and get that kidney lacerated again.
Yeah, I'm about to say, bro, lacerating my kidney and having something happened with his spleen on the field because they couldn't block for you. I leave too. Yeah, I'm out.
He probably regret that they stopped blocking for him. That's what he probably regret. If you had just stood in the way, son, but I said, boy, stood in the way. Yeah, now.
Syracuse, Stanford's trash. I'm gonna say trash. Yes. Syracuse. I like Fran Brown.
Me too.
He don't take baths unless he wins. Listen, you might be a little stinky fellow this year though. You lost your quarterback who played really well, transferred from Ohio State, McCord. I think he's in the league now. So you have two transfer quarterbacks battling it out, which means you have no quarterbacks. Now you do have. They talked about the new Travis Hunter in Minnesota. Cool. That's not the new Travis Hunter. They got to do up there Demetrius Samuel Jr. Dude wives. They said they're gonna be ass.
No, you said that you don't bathe unless you win. You need a sponsorship from Dude White. Let me tell you, you're gonna be bird bathing, boy. Let me tell you, you're gonna be doing the front, the back, side to side.
Armpit.
Boy. Hey, once again, for the sponsors and Dude White, so y'all want to sponsor us? There it is right there, Mint and Chill, not Netflix and Chill, because your wife ain't gonna want to be around you because you're not bathing. Let me help Reggie out. Tennessee, you play. They're 24. Clemson, you play. They're 4. SMU, you play. They're 16. Georgia Tech, tricky offense. UNC, Bill Belichick. Miami at 10. Notre Dame at 6. Whoo.
Oh, they put me in your place, friend. You got a little outside your mind a little bit.
Stankonia, boy. Let me tell you. Don't worry.
But Demetrius Samuel Jr. I'm looking for though. Demetrius Samuel Jr. He's the real Travis Hunter. When I say the real Travis Hunter, the next guy. He's a two-way player. He is awesome. They're gonna give him the ball. You're gonna hear about him because they're gonna give him the ball almost every play. So I think that will be the building block for them. But that schedule right there is more brutal than most Big Ten schedules, which is crazy.
Oh yeah, that's a legit ass schedule.
That's 5 ranked teams, 6.
Hell yeah, and a couple problems. The boy said, "I'll take a sidecar of Belichick and Georgia Tech." Yeah. My boy, thoughts and prayers.
Never mind, Syracuse, not my sleeper. Y'all gonna be mid to trash just because. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why would you not do that to anybody else?
How did Ludacris say, "If you tired, be quiet and go to sleep"?
Oh yeah, you gonna be sleeping.
Oh my goodness,
that boy gonna have a clothing budget out of this world. You can't wash no clothes. All right, we in the V's.
Focus on you, King. Focus on you, King. Ain't that what they tell people to do?
The V's, Virginia Tech and Virginia. Virginia, Tony Elliott. Let me tell you, there may be an opening for offensive coordinator at the University of Georgia at the end of this year. I don't believe in Mike Bobo. Why are we talking about offensive coordinator and Virginia, you think? Well, Tony Elliott was offensive coordinator at Clemson the last time they won the national championship, if I'm not mistaken. He started out of South Carolina State after playing for Clemson and moved on to Furman and then moved up his way to Clemson. If he loses his job, he is an offensive coordinator that I probably will want to interview. The outlook is bad for Virginia. It's bad. They got Chandler Morris, who's a TCU transfer. We don't know about him. And that's it. That's all they got.
Can y'all be good? Yeah, I mean, better find another sport to be good at.
Field hockey. I think they're good at field hockey or lacrosse. It's something. So you got nothing. So they're bad. Trash. Virginia Tech. Kyron Jones, Brent Pry on the hot seat. They do have a new offensive coordinator in Philip Montgomery. I have them as mid. Some folks say that they're a sleeper. I don't have them.
I've seen sleeper. I'm leaning into Midaroni all day, twice on Sundays. Wake Forest.
Midaroni. Yeah. Wake Forest. Y'all in year one of a super rebuild.
Hey, best thing. Hey, y'all should support the Club 520 podcast and Jeff T. Support John Collins and being traded to the Clippers. See what Tim Duncan is doing these days. But your football program, it's in hell.
Yeah. So to recap, and this is a quick show, about good 30 minutes. Clemson, champ. That's the favorite. Miami to me is the only team that can challenge Clemson realistically at this point in the season. Now we don't know once the season starts what happens, but right now on paper, Miami to me is the only team that can challenge them. Louisville and Georgia Tech are probably your guys that you're watching for your sleepers, and then SMU. No, I'm sorry, not Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's schedule's crazy. SMU's regression is all but inevitable. Look out for Duke though, and UNC. That UNC ACC Duke UNC spot. That's gonna be interesting come October.
Is that when basketball season starts?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you kindly. And kindly, we will thank you. That wraps up the ACC portion of this.
Take a quick break.
We will be back.
Right back for the Big 12.
But before we get out of here, you're sitting here, you're listening, you're in your car. Like, follow, subscribe. And of course, this is brought to you by the wonderful people at Dive Team Media.
We'll be right back.